там беда бедой по таймеру-то у forZe. МДС, конечно, ну, грубо говоря, в соло этот раунд на своих плечах вывез. Спелфул тоже там старался максимально долго жить, но от вода никто не застрахован. Так и получилось. А вот МДС... тебя контролит. Ну и там, глядишь, действительно, сохранишь какой-то девайс. Неплохое начало от Nemiga, с учетом того, что они являются полностью аутсайдерами. Снайперская винтовка появилась в наличии, а тут оп, и... в пороховницах у forZe и где-то... И он сможет... Это весьма неплохая у forZe, посмотрите. То есть они загоняют сейчас своих оппонентов в достаточно жесткий капкан. Это Алмазер в крутой позиции на форсте. Фейскрайк жмет спину. Так тут еще и флит на подстраховке. И вот просто три звена, которые не пускают вообще никак Немигу в крутой позиции на форсте. Фейскрайк жмет спину. Так тут еще и флит на подстраховке. И вот так вот, казалось бы, открываете раунд, делаете первый килл, а потом оп, и все просто поворачивается к вам не лучшей стороной. Ну и 3-1. Вот так вот, казалось бы, открываете раунд, делаете раунды, мне нравится, когда команда полностью не теряется. А то, знаете, бывают такие коллективы, которые там сделали по ним энтрифраг, и все, они уже потеряны и бегают по карте, не понимают, что делать. Тут мы видим, что у русского коллектива все продумано, карты достаточно популярные, они ее сами очень-очень много раз играют, играли и еще будут играть, поэтому 100% задумки, как двигаться, как действовать даже из меньшинства у них есть. Правда, Джерри вот будет тяжеловато без хелпы тиммейта, да, зажали его с двух сторон, но это не страшно, потому что, как бы, Спелфу, правда, делать минус, но это не критично. Минус 3 девайса, главное, что зацепились за раунд сейчас. СНГ игроки, ну и можно двигаться дальше. Nemiga без авика пока что будут действовать, хотя спелфул на Мираже меня обычно радует. То есть вот Мираж, наверное, и даст. Это две карты, на которых как раз-таки стендын коллектив Nemiga обычно показывает себя с наилучшей стороны в плане индивидуальной игры. Но сейчас мы без авика этот раунд с вами посмотрим. Ничего страшного в этом нет. Главное, чтобы Power также безыдейно не погибал. Тут, опять же, роль саппорт пока исполняет. Флешки в мидл накидал. И очень аккуратное занятие от центра карты прошло успешно. Для защиты, что у Т-сайта, ну, тем временем яма прокидывается, ям занимается, проход уже оформлен на Тетрис. Ну вот Джерри надо чекать 100%, но, ну вот, да. Все-таки решил бокс забить немного на эту позицию, а в итоге забили в него гол свинца, и только Джио через огромное количество времени смог дать положительный размен. МДС включился с мидла, но все еще численный перевес за защитой, и Флит вообще никого не намерен сюда пускать. Просто уже в отчаянии, прострелы какие-то пытается дать, внести хоть какой-то импакт, знаете, там, ну, залетит сейчас через текстуру, убью кого-нибудь и зацеплюсь за раунд, но нет, forZe не дадут себе шанса. 3-3. И, пожалуй, в этом тайминге я бы хотел от Nemiga увидеть какую-то тактическую паузу, просто чтобы сбить сейчас forZe этот темп игры. Они очень комфортно себя чувствуют, и такое ощущение, что вот тот девайсный, где они ситуации 4 в 5, из, казалось бы, ну, такого не самого лучшего варианта развития ситуации, выбрались весьма неплохо, и в итоге просто 4 в 1 по разменам завершили тот раунд победным стриком для себя, и как итог уже 3-3. То есть, мне кажется, сейчас forZe просто на дикой плюс морали, на супер уверенности в себе. И Nemiga не факт, что смогут со всеми этими параметрами справиться. Особенно, когда у forZe экономика укрепляется, трофейные девайсы появляются. Это за защиту всегда очень жестко, когда у тебя есть калаш вместо кольта и возможность убить оппонента не с 2 пуль в голову, а с 1, причем на абсолютно любой дистанции, на Мираже, которая только имеется. Насчет дистанции, кстати, интересная такая тема. Вот в чатике можете написать, у вас такое бывало. Давайте плюс в чат, если у вас такое бывало, что вы с дигла, допустим, с дигла не убивали с первой пули в голову. Вот можете написать не прострелом, а именно вот сдали, так скажем. Просто я часто очень вижу и сообщения где-то, и на Reddit видел, в общем-то, темку, и друзья где-то там знакомые показывали, что на Дасте такое бывает, что ты вот стоишь с дигла, получается, на Т-спавне, на позиции снайпера, стреляешь в дверь, ну вот в щелку между одной и второй дверью, стреляешь, попадаешь в хедшот точно, не прострелом, не через текстуру, но при этом дэмэджа там засчитывается минимальное количество. Это достаточно смешной момент такой. Оказалось бы, самый мощный пистолет, между прочим. Всем привет, ставил 27,5 ТМ. Написал у нас замечательный зритель. Ну, слушай, такая ставочка на самом деле интересная. Это получается... Ну да, слушай, она зайдет. Я думаю, там коэффициент у тебя не самый жесткий, потому что, ну, ТМ достаточно такой у тебя. Максимально не рисковый. Ладно, там было, я не знаю, 25,5 хотя бы, 24,5, а так. А так, кто бы тут не победил, я думаю... Твой предик должен зайти в этом моменте. Фейскрак теряет свою жизнь, но Nemiga 1000 раз теперь подумают, куда заходить. Спешить явно никуда не собираются. Вспоминаю, что уже такая ситуация возникала, что после энтрифрага их наказывали, и численное преимущество реализовать не получилось. Но Мираж просто это еще такая карта, где если ты выходишь 4 на 4, условно по живой силе, то для защиты это не столь критично. Объясню почему. Просто когда происходят какие-то перестрелки, ты получаешь также информацию для себя. Допустим, вы разменялись 1 на 1 в мидле, что, казалось бы, для атаки всегда в плюс. Но при этом у тебя сразу в голове возникает и появляется информация. Ребята, наши оппоненты все в центре карты. Давайте запушим яму, давайте запушим ковры, базу Б и займем великолепную позиционку. И за счет этого полностью численное преимущество оппонентов можно нивелировать. Но когда ситуация не наравне по игрокам и по их количеству, то, конечно, происходят вот такие не самые положительные вещи. Фейскрак понимает, что, ну, сидеть просто на месте нельзя. Выходит в яму, погибает моментально. Алмазер, конечно, тут борется, и даблкил даже делает, и еще один хедшот. Ну, сейчас было липопа закрыть, было бы совсем прекрасно. Но там МДС уже идет через огонь, воду, дымы и медные трубы просто только чтобы убить Алмазера в этом моменте. И забрать 4-й для своего коллектива. Но на 4-м явно останавливаться нельзя. Правда, следующие раунды будут не менее сложными и проблематичными. Мы видим, что forZe цепляются за абсолютно каждый игровой момент, даже находясь там в плохой ситуации для себя. То есть сейчас, по сути, было situation 3 в 5, так скажем, которое все равно forZe практически перевернули в один момент. И тут Nemiga надо играть, наверное, более сдержанно, более аккуратно и при этом давить числом, возможно, в некоторых моментах. Ну и сейчас, судя по всему, будет попытка проверить базу Б на прочность. И на самом-то деле там не столь жесткий этот плент, потому что Алмазер соло. Не то чтобы этот игрок слаб, вы не подумайте, 9-4 КДА говорит нам о том, что очень-очень серьезная статистика, но в соло справиться будет тяжело. Флит, слава богу, подоспел он к хелпу, но поздновато, наверное, пришел. То есть он прибежал, говорит, где кто по оппоненту, и только вот бросил взор на одного из фризови, тут же его смоком закрыли. Однако через дыму удалось пропушить, забрать одного, включился еще и Джерри, и теперь момент весьма неплохой для forZe. Вопрос лишь к флиту. Может в теории либо флешки накидать, а он вообще хитро решил сделать, пойти в кухню, и Nemiga не должны 3 оппонентов ожидать скичена. Как раз таки Spellful Babs и чекает, что... А, ну да, там МДС на Эдварде, да, тогда все понятно, абсолютно. Spellful за бэксайдом пока что. Оппоненты проходят в сайт, неплохо. МДС одного убивает Spellful с снайперской винтовкой, пушит, занимает позицию сзади своего оппонента и пользуется такой возможностью. Свинец в одного, свинец во второго, и снайпер, похоже, что тоже живым отсюда не идет. Не уйдет, вопрос только какой из двух снайперов, ну, судя по всему, миром разойдутся просто. Это, знаете, встретились два пацифиста в Counter-Strike, в итоге там пытались как-то друг друга накоцать, но до убийства все это дело не дошло. Стример, покажи настройки графики. Не могу, к сожалению, на трансляции этого сделать. На своем стриме бы показал, но на трансляцию UCC я придерживаюсь такого небольшого сценария, поэтому показать я, к сожалению, не могу настройки. Если интересует, можешь в ЛС мне написать всегда. ВКонтакте у меня открыт. Правда, ВК живи. Вот, кстати, да, в чат F, пожалуйста, за ВКонтакте, потому что там какая-то дичь творится. Хотел там постики какие-то повыкладывать в паблик, а тут оп, лаг, и лагом погоняет. И вот тот самый размен 1 в 1, но не поспевает сейчас защита немного за темпом атаки. Она вот только-только получила всю информацию. Ну, хотя вроде как стяжка уже пришла, но фейскорректу помочь в любом случае не получится. Возможно, Джерри справится с позицией со спины, но не тут-то было. Spellful все абсолютно читает. Ну, Nemiga возвращается в игру явно. Я уж подумал, что... со счета 3-0, когда ты проигрываешь сколько там, 3 раунда подряд, у тебя немного по морали просадка какая-то идет, и вообще, знаешь, ну, теряешь уверенность, наверное, в себе. Не то, что в морали, ты, может быть, веришь в победу, но не веришь в какие-то индивидуальные моменты от себя. Но нет, все очень круто сработало, в итоге 6-4 за слабую сторону на Мираже, и это, знаете ли, очень достойный результат. Но это только лишь начало, и останавливаться на этом ни в коем случае не стоит. Слава богу, всех лагает, я думаю, у меня у одного. Так у меня тоже, это вообще смешная история. Я захожу, хочу написать одному человеку, вижу, и там написано, знаете, типа, ну, страница не заблокирована, что твой друг, получается, ограничил возможность прислать ему сообщение. Ты такой смотришь, думаешь, он что, меня в ЧС кинул? Нет, в друзьях он есть. Смотришь остальные, у всех тоже такое. Я в один момент думаю, чего? Захожу в свой паблик ВК, нет аватарки. Она просто не прогружается. Там как будто вот, ну, просто голый паблик без оформления. Я такой, так, что происходит? У меня сразу какие-то отсылки к Стиму, знаете, когда Аву просто могут там за 18+ контент заблокировать. Я подумал, чего? Что вообще случилось? Потом пишу в беседу просто в конфу, и мне отвечают, что друг, ты не один такой. И просто камень с души упал в этот момент. Ну, мы эфки покидали, наша задача выполнена, в принципе. Дальше уже дело, так скажем, ребят, которые занимаются всей этой техникой. Рус forZe, чел прожал Б, дал инфу, что это не Б, а на двое игроков. А, на Б двое игроков, ты хотел сказать. Сообщение с чата, опять же, ну, не знаю, я такого не заметил. Но они просто не успели, то есть, да, он прожал Б-псы, возможно, ты как-то лучше это на радаре зачекал. Я видел, ну, там, возможно, с неким делаем просто инфа пошла. Действительно, там один из игроков коллектива forZe прожал, получается, Б-дом, собрал информацию, и да, в какой-то момент там немножечко то ли затупило его тиммейт, то ли, опять же, коммуникация такая, что, ну, не сразу инфа, возможно, поступила. Вот, что стяжка пошла не совсем вовремя, но это, опять же, пару секунд, которые, конечно, решают многое, но это не то, за что можно прям цепляться и обвинять коллектив, я думаю. Здравствуйте, Spellful. Компания Reflame. Хотите что-то у нас заказать? Сегодня скидочки. Много всего интересного. Ну, вы подумайте в следующий раз. Я вам флайер оставлю, а калашка ваш заберу. Говорит фейскрэк. О, еще и бокса увидел. А это, извините меня, пачка, которая сейчас впадет. Лолипоп-то уже дает размен. Еще один минус. Но тут Алмазер подключился. И перестрелки просто дичайшие. На фейскрэк ситуация 1 в 1. Прострелы по МДСу. 10 секунд у игрока атаки. Исправляется все-таки МДС. Хорошая работа, но насколько на тоненького был этот раунд forZe, боже ты мой. Просто цепляются за какие-то невероятные совершенно ситуации. И если бы не Лолипоп, если бы не этот игрок, команда Nemiga, то, скорее всего, счет бы был немножечко в другую сторону у нас сейчас. Неболенчики, как раз-таки коллектив, который начинается на букву М. Н, прошу прощения. Сейчас бы волосы просто на голове себе разрывали от обиды и поражения в таком раунде своей любимой команды. Ну и 7-4, слушайте, потихонечку за атаку набирается преимущество. Не знаю, как у forZe будет за Т-сайт, но мне как Nemiga всегда запоминались больше за защиту. Как-то вот они там чуть лучше себя чувствуют. Но, опять же, это вообще не говорит ни о чем. То есть, во-первых, каждый матч смотрится по-разному. То есть, против одной команды тебе легче атаковать, против другой защищаться, потому что, ну, стили разные абсолютно, настроения разные, какие-то задумки и так далее. То есть, ну, команда же тоже не стоит на месте. Сегодня она вот в таком темпе играет, в следующий раз в другом. Занятие коннектора пока что от Nemiga проходит вроде как успешно. Фейскрэка начекать получится. Хорошо, МДС прям очень грамотный угол выбрал здесь. Правда, ESEA снайперскую дуэль выигрывает против оппонента, который даже не целился в него. Но, тем не менее, это Counter-Strike. Какая тут мораль? Тут можно и в спину убивать, и ножом резать, и чего только не делать. Бокс тут, правда, подставляет свою макушку, причем затылком, к стволу своего визави и страдает в итоге. А самокат нет, носите. Куда? Куда, Nemiga? Куда идем? Тут закрыто, извините меня. Слишком много охранников в данном сегменте. Просто не пускают абсолютно никого. МДС краснючий. Ой, они еще вдвоем в ниндзю залезли. Это габелла, друзья. Правда, есть момент, что не зачекают Джиу на первых порах, но это вот только единичные секунды, которые явно тут не спасут. Ну и вот Nemiga, казалось бы, забирают серию раундов, да. Но из-за того, что forZe постоянно коцали, били, кидались камнями в эту экономику, она ослабла у их оппонентов. И теперь, взяв один девайсный, по сути, они отправляются, скорее всего, на еще один победный раунд следом. А возможно даже и на 2, потому что Nemiga сейчас форсит. Ну и такой раунд должны просто forZe забирать. Ситуация не позволяет им отдаваться одному Галилу. Тут надо показывать уже достойный КС и прям, ну, за такие ситуации цепляться уж точно. Если вы тут оппонентов не накажете, то Nemiga в край обнаглеют и пойдут уже просто с пистолетами дальнейшие раунды отыгрывать. Концентрацию атаки в основном на центре карты, что, наверное, вполне адекватно. Единственное, что, ну, девайс в одиночестве оставили сейчас в окне. И тут, с одной стороны, ну, это палка о двух концах, опять же. С одной стороны, может произойти все вот так, а с другой, сейчас бы ESEA, если бы не ошибался, он бы убил визави, и все, как бы. Вы единственный свой девайс бы давным-давно уже потеряли. То есть, трек бояться не должен, но нет, видимо, боязнь какая-то должна была присутствовать. Разменяли все-таки МДС, но сколько времени уже прошло, Флит только сейчас видит, что это выход, и тут же падает, ну, друзья. Всего один Галил, ну, нельзя такому раунду отдаваться сейчас. Джерри в кичене против троих. Теперь он уже в гордом одиночестве. И вот начинали Nemiga с одним положительным вепоном, а остались с ним forZe, понимаете? Вот такая вот ситуация. Благо, хоть авик зацепили. Для КТ это всегда шанс зацепиться за следующий раунд уже и попытаться от энтри фрага, возможно, как-то сыграть. Все-таки ESEA весьма неплохо обычно на Мираже разыгрывает. Ну вот кто-то пишет, зачем делать forZe. Ну, во-первых, они делали forZe. Возможно, многие просто у нас... Ну, кто-то новичок, кто-то не совсем изучил экономику Counter-Strike, а у них нет лустрика. То есть, если бы Nemiga делали вот в этом раунде конкретном, у них, во-первых, было по 1700, насыпало еще там около 2000, не берем в расчет, да, постановку бомбы, даже с бомбой у них бы денег было очень-очень впритык. Но тут, как мы видим, все сработало весьма неплохо. Они решили зафорсить, перевернули игру и все сделали правильно. Тут вопрос скорее не к Немиге, почему они сделали форс, а к как раз-таки форзам, почему они не смогли грамотно ответить. Потому что сейчас уже, ну, никаких пистолетов. Немига закупает полноценный девайс. И там и калаши, и СГшка вот эта имбовая, которую многие сейчас просто называют каким-то невероятным девайсом, который 100% надо убирать, иначе Counter-Strike умрет, баланс никого не будет и так далее. Не всегда, конечно, люди, которые как так говорят, правы, но тем не менее. Power, минус есть, флет, включается чешки, ох, как неплохо, там еще и фейскрэк открылся с коннектора. Ну и тут Немига уже очень жесткие ошибки совершают, то ли не рассчитывали, что оппоненты так их жестко примут, но ситуация-то уже 1 в 3, и Spellful с не самым коронным девайсом для себя, он все-таки с авиком больше любит побегать. 6-8. Ну и не кидать, конечно, смог в коннектор, когда вы идете захватывать шорт, но это такое себе. Возможно, они его откинули, я не заметил, но тем не менее он тогда развеялся. Такое себе. Ну это просто дефолт. Классика жанра. Девайсы не могут, пистолеты помогут, и это как Немиге помогло, так и форзам. Но опять же, кто тут в плюсе? Ну, я думаю, все-таки коллектив из Беларуси как раз, потому что у них все замечательно. Они первую половину отжали, несмотря на то, что сейчас у них там братская могила, мне кажется, в скором времени появится после такого выхода на центр карты. Тем не менее, раунды они свои зацепили и за более слабую сторону взяли первую половину под контроль. Если забирают пистолетную серию, то и второй халф могут начать весьма с уверенного счета, какую-то доминацию уже начать и так далее. Это было бы прикольно. Преимущество просто передается как горячая картошка в этом матче. Вначале Немига такие залетели, 3-0 сделали просто. Потом перекидывают форза обратно. И вот как-то... И главное, что это все происходит в такие неожиданные моменты. То есть, ладно, там, ты понимаешь, что, вот сейчас ключевой девайс, и сейчас игра просто перевернется с ног на голову. Нет. Все наоборот. То есть, когда ты вообще не ждешь, вообще отводишь свой взгляд, говоришь, ну, там бай нет у Немиги, один галил, ну, это все, это для форза раунд. Нет, вообще не так. Потом ты такой смотришь, у форза одни пистолеты, авик и ППшка. Как вообще Немига могут слить? И они сливают. Так что тут пока что баланс какой-то соблюдается. Вопрос в другом. Смогут ли форзы сейчас навязать свою игру за атаку?
Either way. Getting back into it. Boxing. Getting back into the A site, but it's Flit who's reigns supreme, and very much so. The Boxic suddenly left in this 1v3, which is unwinnable considering the brilliant Flit who stood in the right position at just the right time. Has to been on fire, at least stats wise though. On his team, that should go to Almaser. Although, from what we watched at least, it felt more like Face Crack, XC Power. Maybe Jerry had the most impact. That's on the eye test. Spellful already a bit tagged down. Has decided to back off as well. I think it was more or less forced to. The grand scheme of things. Now Flit. Oh, so close was MDS, but it didn't quite matter as Flit keeps going from his pistol round streak to go on to frag even more. Tag down Boxic to just 7 health as well. He may do one better. It was actually face crack there who rushed in. Obviously only had a Mach 10, so his death won't really matter either. Nemiga just trying to hold on to some of this armor, I think. Gio and Lollipop both deciding to stay by ramp, but I think Force should be pretty keen on hunting them down. At least from what it seems like. In a second round, you do want to have a streak, especially when you're this close. At the end of the first half, you do want to run away with it a bit, of course. and you have that expendable cash, why not just run in for them instead of just, you know, killing yourself, jumping off an edge? Their choice. Now it's Nemiga's choice to force or to stay. I think the reasonable choice was to stay, and that's exactly what they've done. 2 flashes and a P250 bot up. But they may just be walking into the wrong site here, because most of Nemiga, all of Nemiga in fact now, have put themselves on the A site. Lollipop in front, but he goes down first. The others quite far behind him. Meanwhile, forZe would only put up a fake towards that A site, including Flit. Goes down after a trade. Meanwhile, the bomb is actually walking towards B. forZe should be winning this round. Whatever happens. We've only lost the Mach 10 so far as well. Can't see them losing too many more. If they just play their cards right. Nemiga actually deciding to save someone here. I'd understand it if it was, well, like Geo, but Spell for, or maybe MDS should just run in with all that they got into the remaining forZe players. Almas are the closest, I think. Him and Jerry are both potential targets. I don't think they quite know where Jerry stands, though, so it won't be easy. Face crack as well, taking a light little duel. No deaths for forZe outside of 2 SMGs, and they're cruising at the moment. If they can win this round, then they have got a solid streak on their hands. One that might prove to be more or less unstoppable. Closer we get to the end of the game. Boxing. Oh, that's a great flash from Geo. Through the smoke he went and back in. Jerry now naded down, but forZe should be trading back soon. Maybe not. Because Boxing still here. Boxing still stands tall. MDS doesn't. And that's costed them perhaps the B site now. Yes, it has. Brilliance from Almaser. Just stands there on his own now. Just waiting for Jerry to run in with the bomb. As the rotations start to perhaps flood through, it's Boxing and it's Belfort. What can Almaser hold is the big question. He lands a big frag. With help now as well from XE Power. Who's down by short. Is already won from forZe. All because of Almaser. This is his round. And you can't misdoubt it. Lollipop most likely staying alive. As forZe aren't really looking like they're gonna have time to run all the way into T-spawn. Even though they might be eager to hunt this down. They shouldn't be they shouldn't be able to. That's the word I was looking for. 11-8 then. I'm gonna go get some water. Sadly, I can't have the same excuses as yesterday when I streamed for so long. But I had the, because of that, kind of a pass to just walk out when I wanted and do what I wanted. Here it's a bit different, but I'll do it anyway. Screw all of you. Lollipop. He says screw all of you. Including that bomb. It's now been dropped on the floor. He'll almost deny the molly before it was even thrown out as well. Staying live, but on his health. Should not be doing for very much longer. Nemiga have all 5 players towards it now because of that bomb drop. 2 from connector, 2 from CT. They won't even matter. Lollipop still getting some frags. Still pushing up as well. You'd figure he'd back off at least to some extent, but not gonna happen. Belfo watching up in Palace now. With only 26 seconds, it doesn't look bright for forZe. They need a massive opening. One like the one that Omazer got last round. Maybe FaceCrack can provide that. We'll just have to wait and see, and we've waited. And we've seen Spellful finally taking him down, and there just isn't enough time. As Spellful gets a healthy 2, and Lollipop closing it out. Getting a solid 3. Very good round from specifically Lollipop, but most of Nemiga, to be honest. Of course, never really had a chance. Spellful making the short jump and making the short kills. Of course, I'm already put on the back foot. They do not want to make this a habit. Their only opening could be up by this B site. I think it does look a bit weaker on paper. At the moment, at least. Boxic has been super solid here in Connector. Improves it once more this time, though. Unlike last. Just get traded. But Nemiga still with that man advantage. Then again, XC Power still stands, and he's coming in from short. Nobody watching him. Well, maybe he was, but didn't even matter. He was always going to get that frag, much like how Sherry was always going to get that one, and forZe may have just won the round again. Without much of a test beyond the first part. It wasn't really all based on just an individual performance this time either, which is a great sign. Because this time it was 1 kill from Flit, 1 from XC Power, 1 from Jerry. That all combined to make that round happen. Way more solid, I must say, from forZe. Even though they've been on this streak, it hasn't always looked very good. It's been more of Nemiga's downfall at times, but it's proven they can do it even when they slightly challenged to a start. So, Nemiga choosing to force once more. Do have a very solid buy. I saw that FAMAS. I think I saw 2 somewhere in there for some reason. Maybe I hallucinated. And figured it would be pretty weak, but honestly, this isn't even that bad. Interesting part is Jerry not even buying up a weapon. I'm not sure if that was intended or not, but the fact that he hasn't bought any utility, it might not have been. They figured Nemiga would just eco here. But it's kind of worked out. Because of the lack of head armor. He could still get a couple one-shots in there, I think. With a P250. That's all of Nemiga. Lacking head armor. He gets boosted up as well. A minute roughly on the clock. Boxic, the first one to sustain any damage. Just go down. Now, and it's kind of split Nemiga open a bit because they have to watch both Connector and Ramp and up by Palace, and they won't be able to both go down without much of a fight as MDS is all alone. He is gonna get hunted here, no question. XC Power most likely Gonna be able to claim this frag, right? Yeah, there he goes. Easy as the ABCs. Deagles for a lot of Nemiga. Scout as well. Finally a CZ on Lollipop, but I don't even think they'll put up much of a fight here. forZe have been very solid. We saw it's kind of night and day from what we saw on their CT side when they consistently screwed up against forces like that. Much like Nemiga themselves, but this time it's different. forZe have had such a strong T side. And they do not stop giving. Jerry. Molly into boxing. Actually, that was smoked off. Still stay alive, but will it really matter to forZe? We're kind of pushing B anyway. We found that pick. Double up will have to do wonders here. Spellful rotating in. Geo already on short. And get some help as well from boxing. This retake is going to have to be nothing short of immaculate, but they don't start it off too well. XC Power just farming these frags at this point. Never misses a shot, it seems. Well, except for that one. Although he did hit it, and the follow-up will get the actual frag itself. The two ops do seem to be staying alive, but at what cost? Well, I'll tell you. It's a match point for the Russian side. And Nemiga can't make two bones about it. There's only Spellful left. But we'll stay alive. Nemiga still on the 4 spies, more mixed than ever before. Spellful does get an op on the board, but that and the M4 on Lollipop are the only things they've really got to offer. Lollipop already tagged down as well. He's had quite a sleepy game. Typically one of the big performers for Nemiga. Only had a round or two where he's really outshined anyone else. Jerry opens up, back up that advantage. Lollipop might just fall here. Oh, the timing was very strange, but it will still cost him. It's only Geo now. It makes a 1v4 into a 1v3. Still virtually impossible. The forZe's advantage positions. That's it. forZe win the game. We're going to be taking a short little break after some short little ads. And when we come back, we will see... let me check. It's going to be forZe again. Who this time face Heretics. We'll see if that's more of a challenge for them or not. We'll see in just a little bit. Catch you on the other side.
Are you searching for a better Counter-Strike experience all in one place? Compete for over $1 million in PUG and League prizes, all on one platform. Track and share your performance with our advanced stats pages. Frag out and rank up on the industry-leading anti-cheat. Sign up for ESEA today.
This is game fuel. It's domination in a can. Tastes like loser tears.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
This is game fuel. 16 ounces of pure annihilation. Perfect for finding the second to last man standing. Tastes like berry-flavored wind sauce.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Again, just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out. Oh, oh, shooting through the clouds. I know it's alright. It's alright. Heavens are the limit now. Let's fly just one more night. One more night. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out.
Sarah, I hurt myself today trying to make the pain go away. Sarah, I want to fade away, be with the stars in outer space. You come and you go. You take me high, you take me low. But I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's my leave for the melancholy. Could he fill a hole inside me? Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I know my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah, lost myself today trying to find ways to make you stay. Sarah, I want to go away, close my eyes, never wake up again. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low, but I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's my leave for the melancholy. Cody, fill a hole inside me. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I know my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah. So far, but so far from close. It's so hard to find my destiny. Try not to drift apart, 'cause you'll be right back at the start. And I don't wanna keep on falling. I gotta stay recalling memories we've lost and found. Explain to me what it's all about.
dropping in the scene, I feel lucky, yeah. Got them watching from Paris to popping, yeah. With this music was lurking, now I'm attacking. Now with the chatting, I just step up and make it happen. It's a lifestyle. Living young and restless, yeah, we quite wild. If I want it, I'ma get it talking right now. And I ain't got no regrets, it's my time now. Lights out when you see us talking moves. You don't know that's the topic. And if you talking juice, well then you know I got it. Then you know I got it. Nobody got it like me. You know. They can try, but can't do it like Vinny. Yeah, no permission. I got it.
Are you searching for a better Counter-Strike experience all in one place? Compete for over $1 million in PUG and League prizes, all on one platform. Track and share your performance with our advanced stats pages. Frag out and rank up on the industry-leading anti-cheat. Sign up for ESEA today.
This is game fuel. It's domination in a can. Oh, tastes like loser tears.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
This is game fuel. 16 ounces of pure annihilation. Perfect for finding the second to last man standing. Tastes like berry-flavored wind sauce.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Welcome back to another game here in MDL. Brought to you by us at Vortex. We just saw forZe outclass, in a sense, at least on their T side, Nemiga a tiny bit ago, around 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so. Now they're playing again on Mirage. This time though, it's against Heretics, who could be argued as both being better than Nemiga. Some could argue they're actually worse, at least from what the games they've played, which are they've played the fewest amount of games in MDL actually. They are 4-3, I think, right now. Meanwhile, forZe are flying high, the only unbeaten side whatsoever on 9 or 8, yeah, 9 games played, I think it was. We've seen Heretics play quite well recently, though. I think most of those wins in MDL have been some of the more recent matches they've played. If you're confused as to what the hell these players are doing, by the way, they are just jumping around a bit until we sort out where all the players go and such, all the coaches and things like that. Basically, Heretics have had really strong recent form. So have forZe. And forZe's T side, especially in that Nemiga game, was just outstanding. I think it was 8-7 in the half in favor of Nemiga. I think it actually finished 16-9 in the end. If my short-term memory loss doesn't catch me once more. forZe just completely dominated every round, it felt like. Stunning individual performances at times and stunning team efforts at times too. I think the standout players, at least from what we saw, were probably... I mean, it's hard to even exclude anyone. XC Power up there, Amaster had some very decent rounds, Flit was all around the map. Jerry as well, some very good lurking efforts, even Face Crack. It's just very hard to exclude anyone out of that list, honestly. Or you could exclude quite a few players if you make a list of Nemiga players. That's not what we're doing. Not right now. As I said, we are just waiting on these final few players. Why don't you grab a drink while I do the same? Maybe while you're at it, maybe follow Vortex on Twitter. Vortex ENMT. Maybe follow, I don't know. Or actually it's at Vortex ENTMT CSGO. Just entertainment without any of the... Well, E's still in there, but without any other... Whatever. You don't have to follow. It's not an obligation. You follow me too. Name in the stream title, I think. Should be there. Again, not an obligation. Too many people follow me already from what I deserve, so, you know. If you actually are following me already, maybe consider unfollowing. Depends on how I do, I guess. Also, to look ahead a bit, this is not the only game of this afternoon. Isn't even the only game with me. We're gonna be seeing even more forZe action, so hope you're not bored of them already. They're taking on Spirits at 5 PM, so just after this game, whenever this one gets underway. And then, also, without... That's where my fun stops, but... Driper taking back over, I think, if he doesn't still have some connection issues. That German power outage. He should be coming back at 6. Their Spirit are going to take on Tricked. AGO versus Gamer Legion at 7. And the final one at 8 with Lingen. That's Movie Star Riders versus Phoenix. We also have some games on the second channel, including AGO versus Havu at 5. Havu versus Tricked at 7. And Pact versus AGO at 8. So a very packed week. Or not a week, but very packed day. The entire week is actually fully packed with matches all around. I think just go onto the MDL page, the MDL website. Should be a schedule up there. We have matches every day until the week ends. I think until Friday maybe, where we start to slowly cruise in. Putting the focus back on now. Knife round ends up in Heretics' favor, so they get to pick that CT side. Do you want to start on CT versus a forZe who were so good on T side last game? It's almost like they're just going to continue playing that one. At least I think they should be letting themselves mentally that way. Lucky wasn't there that game though, and his presence is made aware to the forZe players, so is Kyoshima's. As he gets one. Good trade out though, and there's still a 3-on-2, make that 3-on-1 now. XC Power with not a lot to give there. Brilliant round from Lucky. So accurate with those taps all around. Always with more to give. Full on eco then for forZe because of the lack of any bomb plant to speak of. P250 bought up on Almazer. Or Almazer? Almazer. I'm going with that. And that's just nothing. And that's seemingly what they're going to provide in this round. Nothing. Steveduvik takes out the one plan they had to put the bomb all by himself. Just sneaky bomb plant. It won't happen. 2 for Lucky, 2 for David P. David Juvik as well joining in. Now we get into the real stuff though. As XC Power picks up the op. Not be any more exciting. Heretics staying on all of their weapons, I believe. No switches at all. Those 3 M4s and 2 SMGs will have to serve them well. Questionable if they will. Those SMGs should do some damage onto XC Power, and some damage has already been done onto Flit. In fact, enough damage to fully take him out of the round. Yuri now trying to find that one equalizer that they would require, but not quite going to be the case. Instead they hunt a bit more towards middle. Maka still on top of Catwalk. Right, Celis needs for standing over there, but let's back off in a timely fashion. More towards Daviduvik. But also XC Power should be watching this. Oh, but he's moved away just as Maka started jumping up. Trying to get a pick in there. He was so good at it last game. Especially on this B site. With 40 seconds, they really need a pick like this. With 3 players now on the site for Heretics as well. As David P rotates in from Market. Maka with the first and David P joins in. It's all just so simple from Heretics, but it works out wonderfully for them. 3-0 and it all looked very simple. As mentioned. They don't seem to be very stoppable at the moment, the French boys. At least, if they keep playing like this. Obviously, very early still. Not a lot, not a big sample size, but just seeing the contrast of how they've shut down forZe even this early on their T side versus how, of course, we were able to crush Nemiga. In fact, all the games I've seen, all the games I casted at least, Heretics have not looked like a side that have lost 3 games. I'm unsure where they're even from. Because they're just gonna keep on cruising through Kiyoshima. On that cruise. With a 3k. Lucky as well. Damn, Heretics are smooth right now. Could not ask for a better start if you're them. Well, you could ask for a better start. And that better start would the only difference be that this round is won as well. We'll see. Kiyoshima. Oh, great thing called the face crack, but he went back in and that's where he made the deadly sin. Lucky is still here. And the force players are unaware of his presence. Will he hold this trigger? Is now the question as XC Power jumps in. He's staying his trigger in control. There goes the bomb plant. That's the frag. And that's the second. Very good double. Even as he goes down, they've already won the round because of Jerry's position. As long as Heretics just go for that tap on the bomb. For here, Jerry shoots. Oh, they not just started defusing yet. Just go for it. Now Devaduvic's all alone. Maybe Jerry can run in after all. Yes, he will. But he stays put. Stays ice cold. Jerry can't quite pull it off still. You thought he'd outplayed Devaduvic there, but couldn't quite stay cold enough for enough time. 5-0. Heretics' first real challenge in a round. As they're pushed into a, obviously with only one player staying alive, but still not that bad. Must be said. Devaduvic. I just got that first one. Finally. Just overwhelmed. And great, just fantastic damage. In fact, by David P. Sets it up so well for his teammates that it was hard not to win it there in the end. Heretics are cruising beyond any sort of reasonable amounts. And that's why forZe have taken the timeout now, I'd imagine. What do you even do to stop this if you're forZe? You're basically losing in most duels, and that can't happen. I think they just need to focus on getting that early pick, because they always seem to lose out, at least in the first engagement. And from there, they can't really pick themselves up, so try and win that first engagement. Then perhaps set yourself up for more. Kiyoshima. Oh, XC Power, actually. Oh, that could have been a big frag, but only does the damage. Kiyoshima sets himself instead up for the first frag of the round. It's always Heretics. Even here. Even when Maka and Kiyoshima are both heavily tagged down. The amount of players you have matters more than the HP itself. Kiyoshima. Perhaps getting a bit too over Sellers now. Almas are punishing it. And a fair trade for forZe as they can start to mount a take of this A site. Lucky the only one standing in their way, really. But perhaps not for very long as he's double peaked. maybe it was more his peak than anything else, but either way, it's forced to have almost gone and won it. Maybe I've spoken too soon still, because they don't have the bomb just yet. They need to get that back over. Gotta be in XC's Power's hands. They have a dude that can kill off Almaser before that and almost retake the site before it's even planted, this bomb. And they're gonna be in a very good shape. They do hear him now, though. Given his position away, nade might be the savior. Yes, it does kill off Almaser. And thus the bomb plant. And thus the time. Leading to another round by Heretics. Unstoppable. This French side at the moment. That made something just a godsend. Base crack on a Mach 10. The others looking quite good on both sides, actually. Up on either. XC Power not really haven't enabled anything so far. One frag in the game. Looking so much worse than in that last one. They have got this position down now. Jungle taken. Lucky killed, and so is Kiyashima. It's a massive double from Jerry. Just left Maka all alone in ramp with only an op. And that's something you don't really want when you're on the flank. He will be able to back off, however. Should be deciding to do so, surely. As David P is seemingly gonna save it as well. To no success, that is. Maka might be challenged too by the same player that just took out Lucky himself. It's Flit, yes it is. A frag. And it is a first round for forZe 2. Making it 7-1 the scoreline. Will they be able to recover now is the question. As Heretics have taken such a massive lead early on. All they really need now to prove their domination is to not get just fully stomped on. Because if you're Heretics and lose maybe all 7 rounds, maybe all 6 of the 7 rounds or so, and that's dangerous. Because that's going to give forZe the mentality advantage once again. They came into it with it. Now they've lost it. So don't give it back, but given 2 frags. So maybe they will give mentality to David P. Oh, David P. He's there with the double. Very good handling in general from Heretics, but it just lose out there. Only really David P doing much. Yoshima's frag came at the same time as well, but other than that, looked very bleak in this round from the French team who have been so strong. Lucky. Oh, from the back now. Jerry still double taps him. Could have proved dangerous if the bomb was dropped in connector and it was a 1v1. Could have quickly turned into yet another Heretics round, but this one won't because they are stuck on silly little pistols. Because they don't have enough in the bank. Maka trying to just save up for an op here. Even though he has 4.6k. All of them choosing to at least somewhat be towards that middle area. It's only David P who stays alive longer than about 20 seconds, and not even that in the end, as Jerry closes things out. Heretics who now have a very capable buy on their hands. Perhaps being able to talk things back over once again. And break the streak that has suddenly occurred. Maka missing that first shot won't be of much help. Lucky's frag might, but he doesn't even get a frag like that as Maka goes down as well. forZe have suddenly turned around what seemed like a horrible half into something that looks so dominant from them. Guess they keep on fragging. It's just like what we saw in the Nemiga game. These past 3 rounds, and you can start to count this one in 2 because they've already won it. As they place Devon Tuvek in a 1v4. They go to the opposite side of where he thinks they are. Good stuff from forZe. As long as they don't lose too many players here. I think they do want to kill him still. Maybe lose 1 more as a max, but won't even do that. Jerry, super solid. As soon as forZe started to get some rounds back, he's been one of the key parts of it. Heretics forced back onto pistols now then. Not looking too bright for them right now. Outside of the fact that they are 3 rounds ahead, of course, but it wouldn't seem like it. They haven't been playing like that at all. They just hit a stone wall out of nowhere after 7. Since then they've looked so bad. David P on a deagle. He's the only one with armor too. Not the only one for deagle, but it is starting to become that as everyone around him starts to die, including himself, I suppose. Face crack doing the most of it. Again, a capable buy from Heretics, but they just haven't looked like a winning team these past 5 rounds. Again, it is that stone wall that they hit, and they never seem to really be able to come back from it. Even when you think they are, like getting some kills on the board, they always seem to lose out anyway. Face crack, good stuff. Him and Flit easily managed to take over the A site. Rotation is coming in now from CT, but face crack denies it once more. Never do that. Stands no more. What can Heretics do? They don't seem to be winning on any front at the moment. And, yeah, it just looks hopeless. forZe have undoubtedly taken back the confidence that they once had, that they came into the game with. But now, Heretics, I think, honestly, just look ahead to the next half. Because you seem to be incapable of getting anything done here. Jerry and the others from forZe again so easily take over sites, cutting through them like it's butter and splitting heads like it's butter too. 7-7. One final attempt then to deny forZe a massive first half comeback. If they were to succeed it, then it would be the biggest comeback you can achieve in a half. At least in the first half. Going from 7-0 to 7-8 would be just outstanding. With Maka getting the first two, seems almost unlikely at this point. They haven't been this beaten in the early game at all. We'll see though. That's Flit. And just find one frag in return, that's two. Once again, an individual performance completely just makes a site wide open, and Flit continues. There he stops, but he's done more than enough. Maybe not, actually. What is that disgusting frag from Maka? Through the box as soon as the bomb started to be planted too. Finish this the half with a 4K. And I talked about massive individual efforts on forZe, especially in the last game. Same goes for the game here. In the last round, it was none of them that had the massive individual one. Well, outside of Flit. But he even got outshined by Maka. This is a warm-up, if you're wondering. As you can see, we are restarting the game now instead. Pistol round then. This is exactly the position forZe were in against Nemiga not 1 hour ago. This time, however, they are instead on the C2 side rather than T1. Can they repeat the second half success but on a completely different side? That'll be the game's choice to answer. All I know is that one trade means that Heretics have already taken the site, forZe deciding to just go for a retake instead. It hasn't really worked out all to their benefit. They're already in a 3-on-3. Need some more individual performances. We always need to bring up time and time again. Devadovic hiding by Ninja. That's the head peeking through, but not quite the kill. Lucky. Quite close to him as well. It's actually David P who's hiding far behind. Trade comes through. Start to be moving in now. forZe another trade. And with a kit, they still need a frag. Jerry just holding out that bomb, but it won't work out. David P instead is the one to close it. 9-7. Heretics start things off in quite the manner. Do note that forZe only allowed one round in the Nemiga game in the second half for their opponents, and that round has already been given up here. If any more happen, then It's not going to be as good. Heretics start to throw the smokes down as well. Face crack peeking it just a bit too early. With that Nova, the range meant that he couldn't get the all of the damage in. Just about. Jerry closer up than the Nova was, and he gets a couple. But only that couple. Nothing more. Nothing less. forZe needing something more now though. Flit and Master have to be the ones that provide that. And that's something more. Master only getting one though. Flit will have to take the frag on Lucky, but he just can't tap away with that final bullet, which would have killed Lucky, which could have meant that we were able to snatch around back immediately. Now instead, just Heretics 10. Pistols out for forZe, but are they really gonna shock Heretics in their half ecos like they did Nemiga? I don't think so. Heretics looking stronger than ever before. They're looking super solid as well, even in these positions where you have to be more cautious. David P and Devaduvek getting all of the cautiousness they require. Good free K from Devaduvek in the end, leading Heretics to an 11th round. forZe need to respond here and now, I think, and I'm not so sure if they will. XC power on the all hasn't been all that strong. He's had one round here or there where he has been, but and that looked very bleak. Massive downgrade on his performance last time around. Heretics get their way into Nectar, Kiyoshima, Maka. But Kiyoshima goes down. Maka unable to get that trade frag instead. It's face crack. He gets a double in there. That's very weak from Maka. And that's very weak from Heretics in general. David P stuck in a 1v5 where Jerry has such a good position just over him. Doesn't realize it yet though. Now he will. David P tries to rotate back somewhat. He's caught out. A nade in his hand. Very good round from face crack. Awful round from Heretics. They just never found the trades when they needed to. Even when they had the chance to. See, Power talked about him having a bit of a quiet game. Perhaps he can start to wake up now, just about when they need him. Same goes for Face Crack, who's now had 5 kills in the last 2. Could make it 6 and 7 still. As the remaining parts of Heretics are a bit scared to move into the B site for a good reason. XC's Power is just standing. Oh, the missed shot might just cost them. 1 minute and 5, just about. Heretics managed to pull off a bomb plant. This 2v4 will be quite rough for them though, as Kiyoshima still hasn't found any weapon to use. Lucky in a bad position as well. It's all gone wrong for them. Face Crack with 6 now in the last 2. And it's forZe with 9. Heretics can't just keep letting it slip out of their fingers, this lead. They need to solidify it. They're just gunning for some deagles here. No armor. Saving up some of that extra dough for next round. They can have a chance to run away with it still. This will test forZe's patience as well. Jerry wasn't super patient. He just ran out in the open. Still kind of worked out for him in the end. This Face Crack comes in to rescue. But David P doesn't even have a chance to get the bomb down. Still 2 players gone down, but honestly I don't think it's that bad. From forZe. It's all about the rounds at this point. When you want to just pull ahead. Heretics, if they lose this one, then I'm not even sure if I see them coming back into the game, honestly. Because if they lose it, then I think it is gonna finally slip out of their fingers fully. Davidovic taking words right out of my mouth. Using them as ammunition. Face Crack. Good bomb plot shutdown. Through the smoke as well. Maka stands up top here on stairs and nobody noticed. At least until he got that frag on Face Crack. Another bomb plant attempt to come through now. This time it's more successful. Heretics in a favorable, very favorable position. forZe's attempt at a retake now. Almazer. Crucial frag at first, but needs a bit more. He won't get anything more. It's Kiyoshima, it's Maka, it's 12-10. The execute especially was good from Heretics. Some crucial frags along the way. Maybe they've powered through one last time. forZe on some okay cash to be able to buy up there, but if they lose this one, then they are out too. Much like how Heretics might have been out last round. Just look at the cash. XE Power, the only one above, for him and Jerry, I guess. The only ones on 1k. All others on 300 and below. That's a poor push in as well from Jerry. Face Crack stood back and that didn't work either. This is not the start you want when you're far behind in a round like this. XE Power, maybe their final hope. Oh, that is bad. Very poor indeed. And Almazer instead the only one surviving, but that reaction shot from Kiyoshima was nothing short of surprising. Heretics just close it out, make it look easy. Davidovic especially, up to a 4k there. This game is all about momentum. Not CS in general. Well, maybe CS in general, but especially this match has just been Heretics having a streak here, forZe having a streak there, Heretics getting back a streak there, forZe getting back a streak again, and now we may be seeing the final streak out of all of them. This one ain't yellow. This one is blue, white, and red. Lucky. Easy for Heretics. They are so calm, so collected when they face these ecos, these half ecos, and the half buys. Never lose more than 2 players. I don't think. And that's gonna continue being the case from what we're seeing. Just hear every angle being checked. No rush involved. They know that that AK is in safe hands. No real reason to hunt down Flit. If not to just taunt them further. Or maybe that's a reason to not get killed, but didn't even need to kill him back for that to not happen. One final attempt from forZe to deny Heretics the match point here. 10-14. forZe on horrible money after this, so it is really going to be their final attempt in the game. If Heretics get onto match point here, then they have won it. Even if they lose it, they still manage to maybe get 3-4 kills. They are, I'd still very much favour them in the rest of the match. With 1 minute and 10, Heretics have slowed down their pretty rapid pace throughout this half. Quite a slow one. Hasn't worked out either. Al-Nasr picking out Viduvek. No trade either. It's lucky only now comes in a bit closer into apps. He's the only one there. The others from Heretics, the other survivors, are towards middle. Face cracking Jerry trying to challenge, succeed in challenging. But only a trade. Let's turn into a 2-for-1 as Flit continues to frag, and he continues to frag further. Not a good round at all from Heretics, who tried to play it smart, but it just failed massively. David P deciding to just save here all by himself. Won't be challenged either. forZe on this economy won't want to lose another player. They have a chance to not lose another player. Heretics still 3 rounds ahead, remember. Nade into top middle. That is denied. Flit actually has just pulled off a blunder. And that is not good at all. Jumped up in middle. Caught with his knife out. forZe could not have asked, or could not have received a worse start to the round. Finally a trade back, but 4-on-3 already for Heretics. Just gotta keep on going at this point. Jerry peeking out won't succeed. And that's basically the round lost, with the site already won for Heretics. XC Power and Lamas are probably just gonna try and stay alive at this point. They do get a kill back. They need another one quickly here if they want to attempt to retake it. They have got just that. 2 more players. Brent up in the 2v2. Both force CTs come out of jungle / connector. Kiyashima going for an early peek and catches the Lamaster out with a knife. Not going to result in a frag though. And that is Kiyashima and David P get a frag each to make it match point. forZe on next to no cash. They are going to attempt this force. Of course they are. As their name would indicate, but questionable cash still. Taking a timeout. They really want to get a good game plan into this round. Try and hold on in this game. Kind of want to be in their voice comms, don't you? Hear what they have to say. Not that I speak Russian, but still. If we got a translator as well, perhaps. Could be good. Because I'm very intrigued. We'll see though. I don't think that... I can't even be that optimistic at all. Because they are just 4 rounds behind with the money. I just don't see a way for them to come back. Solely because I don't see them winning this round at all. If I did, then I might have been more keen to actually be optimistic to this idea of a comeback. It was actually a tech issue, or so it seems, as XD Power's just disconnected. Of course, we're unsure of the reason, but sure we'll find out soon. Having a bit of a stretch. Alright, for you guys just tuning in who didn't hear the what we have coming up. Just running up what we have this afternoon is a lot. But here it goes. forZe versus Spirit just after this game. Of course, having 3 games in a row here on Vortex. That's quite a treat. All but done by me, of course. Yours truly. At the same time as that game, AGO will be taking on Havu on the second channel. Then at 7, I think we have another one on the main channel, AGO versus Gamer Legion. That's casted by Lingen. And then at the same time on the second channel is Havu versus Tricked. Lingen continues on the main channel with Movie Star Riders versus Phoenix. That's at 8 PM at the same time. Rather than continuing on the second channel. Pact versus AGO. Packed out afternoon. It must be said. We're still waiting, of course, for XC Power to come back in. But, yeah, I don't even know what he's doing. No reason's been given. So again, just take a grab a drink, maybe. Although I don't think this game will last for very long. You can do that in the break anyway. Don't think there will be a massive break, however, as Spirit versus forZe is scheduled in, I think, 6 minutes. So it shouldn't be that long. Unfortunate that this timeout had to come in at this moment. We were so close to wrapping up anyway, you know. Could really have come at a better time. Got out all the way on it to say too. With XE Power leaving, actually speaking on him, I think obviously we can't see the stats, but he has had an underwhelming game, following up on his very good game against Nemiga just an hour or so ago. He's just been not as effective at all on that op. Meanwhile, Face Crack has stayed at his level. I think Jerry stayed at his. Those are the only force players that I really see keeping a consistency from last game to this one. Actually surprised a bit by Maka's amount of frags. I think he's had some outstanding and important rounds that can't really... Oh, look at his assists at the moment. 13. That's more than his entire team combined in assists. Jesus. That is a lot. Well, forZe put on a mix buy. As I said before, it isn't looking too pretty. All Heretics have to do is just play this cool, play this calm, as they have done with the half-lives, with the ecos. Just continue that and they'll be golden. Face Crack already taking some damage as well. forZe put out a heavy mid-presence. David P and Kiyoshima the ones mainly challenging it. 1 minute and 10 as the first kill goes through. It's in favor of Heretics as Kiyoshima had the chance there to make it 2 for 0. Instead, it's 2 for 2. Kiyoshima still standing though. Will be impeccably crucial as he picks up a couple frags and wins the game out for Heretics. They end at 16-11. I also would have expected after seeing that last round. I'll be coming back in just a few minutes though